To understand the rebounds of women from the past, it is important to look at the trials and tribulations that were involved. Today I'm going to speak to you about an illiterate slave of 1797 named Isabella Baumfree. Isabella Baumfree was born into slavery along with her parents and her 5 children. She would remain with Baumfrees until age 9. At age 9, Mr. Baumfree passed away, and Isabella was to be sold. Isabella would be sold to multiple slave owners until she reached her last slave owner and was purchased by Mr. Dumont. This can be referenced on the Trail of Sojourner Truth in Ulster County, New York by Clarine Nilquist. In addition, Sojourner Truth of Facts by Rebecca Milken. Isabella would marry another slave by the name of Thomas. They would have 5 children, 3 girls and 2 boys. Second boy, James, died shortly after birth. In 1866, Mr. Dumont promised Isabella and her family freedom, and later reneged. Isabella saw no course of action but to escape, and Thomas decided to stay. In 1867, they abolished slavery. Shortly after that, Isabella learned that her son Peter had been sold. With the abolishment of slavery, this was now considered an illegal act. This can be referenced in Sojourner Truth, The Slave, the Prophet, and the Legend by Carlene Mabie. Isabella, an illiterate African-American woman, took on the courts and was victorious over the white men. Prominent moment in time. In 1843, Isabella decided to change her name to Sojourner Truth, meaning the spreader of truth. This can be referenced by Roth Starla in Why Did Sojourner Truth Change Her Name? Also, Sojourner Truth of Facts by Rebecca Milken. In 1849, Sojourner Truth returned to Mr. Dumont's residence, for her daughter was ill. After having a conversation with Mr. Dumont, ironically, his thought process had changed. He now thought slavery was wicketry. The same man who once had been a slave owner. In 1850, Sojourner Truth joined the women's rights movement. So not only did she speak out to white men about anti-slavery, she now is speaking out to protect all women in the search of equality. In 1851, Sojourner Truth wrote a poem, Ain't I Woman, which I'm going to read to you. That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and to have the best place everywhere. No one ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me best place. Ain't I a woman? Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered into barns, and no man could heed me. Ain't I a woman? I could work as much and eat as much as a man, when I could get it, and bear the lash as well. Ain't I a woman? I have borne 13 children and seen most of them sold off into slavery, and when I cried out my mother's grief, no one but Jesus heard me. Ain't I a woman? That can be referenced at fordham.edu. Sojourner went on to give many speeches, so much so she was recognized and invited to the White House by Abraham Lincoln. In 1875, Sojourner Truth returned to Michigan and later passed away. Sojourner Truth was a prominent, courageous African-American woman that stood up for all women